Hello, everybody. How are you? I trust God that you are doing well wherever you see yourself or wherever you find yourself. I'm also doing very well. Um, Welcome to my channel. Thank you for making the time to watch. All right. So in today's video, I just want to go over some the study plan that I made for myself, and it helped me tremendously. Now, before I go on, do well to subscribe, okay, comment, and let's share it so we can build this new community nursing journey together. So I just want to share the way I studied, that it helped me to pass my exams. I strongly believe that if you also practice, it is going to help you. Okay, if you are going to practice, it is going to help you tremendously. You can look in the video description for all the resources that I used and the links that I share. Okay, and if you also want to email me as well, you can reach out. I don't mind making time on WhatsApp or chat on regular text message or by voice. I don't mind talking. Maybe you have confusion about something, we can discuss, we can talk about it. So planning your study sessions. Listen, I'm a mother of four. Okay, my youngest is about to turn 3 years. Okay, so it's not easy. I'm even now planning on taking her to a daycare where so she can mingle and learn how to speak well. I work full time. Mother of four. I have a 10-year-old, I have a 12-year-old, I have a 7-year-old, and the one who is 2.5 years. So I'm a very, very busy person. I don't buy food outside a lot. So I cook. I make time on weekends, on my days off work, and then I cook. I'm saying all this so you understand the kind of study session or study plan that I did. So if you fall into that category, I mean, you know that you are not alone. If I did it, or if I was able to do it, you will also be able to do it. It is hard, but it's doable. It's not easy, but it is doable. All right. So I work full time. I don't know whether I already said that. I work full time. I go to school full time. So I was taking classes full time and also studying for the NCLEX as well, because I'm in the bachelor's program doing my BSN. So I wanted to get the associate. So I took the exams. I took the boards. So I started studying from December last year, 2022. I started studying, and then I also studied in January 2023, and I wrote it on February 2nd, and I passed the next day. All right, so categories we have to study. We have the med surg, pharmacology, nutrition, fundamentals, pediatrics, maternity. You have ethics, you have delegation, prioritization. If I left anything out, comment down below under this video and add it. Okay, we have all this session. And it's a lot of information. It's a lot of information. Now, one thing I also I invested in was buying the flashcards from Level Up RN. Her name is Nurse Kathy. Kathy. Yes. CATHY. Level Up RN.com. leveluprn.com. If you look in the video description, you will see the name that I'm talking about. I bought her all the bundle. I bought all the bundle, and I paid it. I did a payment plan because I didn't have the money for that. It's very expensive. If you buy all the bundle, it's very, very expensive. So I made payment plan through PayPal. I have an option to make payment plan through PayPal. I mean, if there's a good product you want to use for Nclex, it's worth the investment. So I realize it's going to help, because I like to take notes, but I realize as the time was drawing near, I may not be able to take notes a lot. So I said, let me get the flash drives, and it did come in handy, because the last week before I wrote the NCLEX, I couldn't do any more writing. My hand was really hurting from all the writing, all the notes that I had made from simplenursing.com. Nurse Mike, you always say, don't let the NCLEX fool you. Don't let the NCLEX trick you. All right. So if you want to get the flash cards, that is a good investment. I mean, she put great content on this flashcard that really, things that content that you should see in your nursing exams and in the NCLEX. Then she has a way of you remembering the most important part of the content. All right. So med surg, pharmacology, like I've said, you can learn all this category in one day. So this is how I did it. So I would say, okay, today using the entire week. That's how I broke it down. I did it weekly. So I had a whole week of message, and message content is all that I did in a week. I study message in 1 week. The following week I pick pediatric and maternity. As a matter of fact, in January, I did 1 week of pediatric, 1 week of maternity. Yes. So in December, I did fundamentals. I had a whole week of fundamentals. Now, I was watching videos from Level Up RN, videos from simplenursing.com. Yeah, both of them. And I was also watching videos from Summit College. That lady is awesome. She has great content on that channel. It's a school, Summit College. I have the name in this video description, so you can look it up if you can understand my accent. All right. So this is how I'm just sharing how I study. I can't learn in a very noisy environment. I don't know about you. So if you are able to study in a noisy, like a very noisy place, that's fine. If you can study with an earpiece, with music going on, that's fine. That's your way of studying. I cannot stand any noise, no music, nothing of that sort. I have to have absolute quietness, like quiet. It has to be very, very quiet for me to be able to grasp what I want to learn. Okay, so like I said, a whole week of fundamentals. The following week I'll do message. The next week I will do nutrition or pharmacology or pediatric maternity. That's how I was doing it. Okay, so if I'm doing this week of message, then every day I choose the topics. If it's critical care videos, I'm watching burns, I'm watching hypothermia, septic shock, neutropenic. I'm watching all those videos in a day. Now, let me come to time, how I apportion my time, because I'm a busy mother. Okay, I work night shift. I work 12-hour shift. Sometimes 3 days in a week. Sometimes I work 4 days in a week. I had days that I even work 5 days in a week. Call me crazy. I'm a workaholic. I love to work. Okay, because I love helping people, so I always work extra so I can have extra money to help others in Africa, specifically Ghana, where I come from. Okay, so that's the reason for and I also pay my tuition fee. I pay some of my tuition fee out of pocket. So in fact, as FAFSA or the federal loan takes care of bulk of it. The rest come back on me to pay. Okay, so I make payment plan with my university, and then I pay out of pocket. So I have to work. So working, I know, like when I come to work, I work in a skilled nursing facility. After I'm done with my med pass, between like 2.5 hours, I'm done. I use the rest of my quiet when the place is quiet. I sit down, and then I begin to watch videos. And as I watch the video, if it's a 1 hour video or 1.5 hour video, most times I will watch the video in its entirety. After watching, I will replay it again. Now, when I start replaying, I begin to make notes. This is one of the style I used to work. I used to study. So I'll watch it first, try to understand whatever the concept is, and then I'll do a replay. And sometimes I just watch it once and then I grasp it. But other times you have to rewatch it again so I can retain what I've watched. You can watch it as many times, as long as you are giving it your attention and everything, you are going to retain it. You're going to retain it. So I make note. Once I make note, I don't forget. So sometimes when I listen, I forget some of them. Okay, I'm human. I'm a mother. Like I said, I'm a busy person. I have other extra school exams, nursing school exams, and everything going on. Okay, so sometimes I forget the things I watch. But once I make notes, I'm able to go back to my notes. I have a booklet, a book full of notes for the NCLEX. You understand? So once I rewatch, I make notes. I pause it every 5 minutes, and I make notes. Every 10 minutes, I make notes. Every 2 minutes, I make notes. Okay, so those are some of the ways, or that's how I used to, be able to retain the information. It's a lot. So I take it topics by topic, category, message at a time, pharmacology at a time. I don't mix them. I don't study pharmacology a little bit, then go and do a message. I don't do that. I don't mix them. Okay, because it will get you will be confused, and then you don't even know what to study. Don't do it. So divide them. If you want to do 2 days of message, 3 days of pediatric, however way you think it can work for you, do that. Divide it and do that. But don't miss them. If you miss them, it can really get confusing to you. It can really, really get confusing. And if you need to rewatch, do it. The more you repeat, the more you retain. That's me. I believe it will help you too if you try to do that. Especially difficult concept. If it's a very challenging for me to grasp, sometimes I watch it more than twice. Sometimes I watch it more than twice. Sometimes I watch it more than 5 times. Just so I will grasp what they are saying. There was this topic in pediatrics. It's about tetralogy of Fallot. Tetralogy of Fallot. It's three disorders in the heart for babies. Okay, blue babies is what all the teachers that I listen to. So I wasn't able to grasp the names of the disorders that is combined to make tetralogy. It's 4 disorders. Tetra means 4 disorders. So it was simple Nurse Mike, who put it in the most simplest way, because all the teachers didn't have a way to make it more simple. But Nurse Mike broke it down and gave it an acronym, made an acronym for it. And mnemonic, mnemonic or mnemonic, whatever way you want to call it. Yes, an acronym for it. So I was able to remember from there. I was even, because the way every teacher that I listened to was talking about, I thought it was even going to come in the questions that I got, but none of it came. No tetralogy of Fallot came. However, all of them spoke about chest tube, the drainage, the water seal chamber, the suction chamber. One of it came. the water seal chamber question. One question came from there. So maybe yours, you have the tetralogy of Fallot. Yes, I don't know. But so I had to watch the video over and over and over, that very session of it. Okay. The more I repeat it, the more I was able to grasp that content, that concept. It's a lot. But if you time yourself, if you break it down, you'll be able to grasp as much as possible, enough to pass. You won't get it all 100%, but enough for you to pass the NCLEX. Okay, so when it comes to the time, how I apportion my time, this is how I did it. I study 1 hour and then I take a break. I said I study 1 hour and then I take a break. Because within that 1 hour, my daughter, she's around. So I put on the cartoon. Thank God for Cartoon Network. I put on Baby Shark, Coco Mello. She'll be downstairs, I'll be upstairs. And within an hour block, and a tip I'll give you is that when you time yourself that you are studying for 1 hour, I hide my phone. Because if you are addicted to phone, a friend of mine will say phonology. If you are addicted to phonology, every second you go and flip your phone. I put the phone, sometimes I have to turn it off or put it complete silent and hide it away from me. Put it inside my bedroom whilst I'm in my studies area by my computer learning. So I use my computer time to check the time. I make sure I study within that 1 hour period. No interruption. Okay, so you have to time yourself. You have to put your phone away. Any form of distraction, you need to put it away. If you want to put earpiece and listen to song while studying, if that helps you, do it. Me, I cannot study with any music, noise whatsoever. I will not retain. That's just me. All right. And in that block of study, a great tip I want to give you is that block all worries, all thought process, any other any stress, anything you are planning to do the next 2 hours, 3 hours, those future plans, activities, block it all and dedicate that 1 hour solely for the studies. That's a tip. This is guaranteed to work if you do it. You have to keep practicing to be perfect at this. Yes, I said I'm a mother. I've already told you my busy schedule, but I was able to do it. Another style that I was using when I wasn't able to do the 1 hour, I jumped into doing 25 to 30 minutes. 25 to 30 minutes block of studies, okay? After 30 minutes, I take a break. Go grab me water, go eat something, play with my daughter a little bit, do something. I do something just to freshen my mind. And I was doing that when, situations arise and I was getting stressful, I was getting worried. Anything that tried to flip in, I stop learning and then think about whatever that is. And then when my mind is ready to come back to learn, I resume. So I was studying 25 to 30 minutes block incrementally. So you can do that for 6 times within a day, taking breaks in between. So you should be able to have about 3 hours of studies if you are breaking it down in between. And you will retain. The set of time that you've given yourself, dedicated, not thinking about your phone or anything, whatever you study, you will retain. But if you work a little bit, you study a little bit, go do this a little bit, it's not going to work out. It might work out for some people, but a lot of people, it will not work. You think you are retaining, but it will not. So that would be just a waste of time. So why don't you just dedicate a short period, just to grab something, grab a concept, watch a video, make some notes. And the last part of when you know that, okay, I want to end studies, the last 30 minute session, use it to do question banks. Okay, the whole week or the whole day of whatever you have dedicated to study with, let the last portion be used to. When you are able to do question banks, question at least like what I love to do is like 100 questions a day. I think Nurse Mike suggested 75 questions a day, but I was doing 100 questions a day. Some days I couldn't do the 100. I would do about 60 to 75 because I get bored looking at those questions on the screen. I get bored. That's why I bought me that yellow and blue book. I already spoke about it. That yellow and blue book, NCLEX is Cram for Nclex-RN practice questions. It has 1,300 questions in it. I couldn't look on the screen to do the questions, so I couldn't utilize the question bank, but I was using that book, and I was doing 100 questions at a time, sometimes 70 questions at a time, 75 questions. But by all means, after you are done studying, do some questions. That way you know whether whatever you learn, you retain or you did not retain. Okay, and the last part I want to talk about is that download NCLEX apps. I did download about 4 of them. Yeah, about 4 apps. When you go on Google Play Store, on Apple Store, whatever the name is called for those who use Apple, go there, type in Limpicot Q&A review Nclex-RN. Limpicot Q&A review Nclex-RN. It's an app. Nclex-RN. There's an app. It says Nclex-RN. It's an app. NCLEX Nursing is another app. And then Ultimate App Nclex-RN is another app. This 4, it really helped me. The days that I was super busy, I couldn't sit down for the 30 minutes or even 1 hour. As I'm cooking in the kitchen, I'm doing some of these questions on these apps. And the rationale, the reason why I'm telling you to download these apps, the rationales behind when you get the question wrong, the rationales that they give, it was a great learning experience for me. I learned a lot. I got a lot of content from their rationales. So download these NCLEX apps and practice those questions there. If you are doing all those, it's free. Some of them are free. Don't go and pay high money for this Kaplan. I mean, if you have the money, fine, but to me, it's unnecessary. To me, those two are overhyped. UWorld, Kaplan, they are overhyped. But if you think it's going to help you, but by all means, go for it. All right. So I believe that if you go according to this study plan that I've shared with you, it is guaranteed that you will retain a lot, and you won't know it all, but you'll be able to pass with the match that you are able to retain. So best of success to all those who are writing this week and this month of March 2023, and even those who will be starting the next generation NCLEX. May God help you all. I'm rooting for you all. As the Lord helped me to pass, so He will help you to pass. Just do your part and leave the rest to God. Thanks for watching. Share, subscribe, and let's build this community together. God bless you. I love you all.